Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Space Fortress, and this was created in 1981 by Century Electronics, and it was for the CVS system, I believe. But at any rate, this is like 3 games in one. Here's a familiar boot up screen for Century games.
Game system operational.
Game system operational. It says voice samples. A lot of them, or digitized speech. But this is basically 3 games in one, and none of them are very good. One of them is an Asteroids type game, or, well, yeah, it's an Asteroids ripoff, really. You can thrust, you can shoot in that game. There is also a game where you have to protect your mothership at the center.
Press start button.
And then there's also a...
You are the protector of Space Fortress number 13. Alert all defense positions.
Operational.
There's kind of a Space Invaders type game too. But they're all crappy. They all have inferior sound effects and graphics. But here you just... To start off, it's probably a good idea to thrust downwards, because the enemies mostly appear at the top, coming down at you. But, yeah, none of these games are very good. The sound effects are kind of interesting, I guess.
Focus, Commander to Viper Pilot. Sensors indicate alien warp fleet.
When that warp gate appears, don't go in it. It'll actually cost you a life, and you'll move to the next level. Really, it almost in this game, it seems the only way to advance to the next level is to die. It's really stupid, but this is the second of the 3 games that you play. And there's that gate. I really did not want to go in there.
Commander to Viper Pilot.
But it does take you to the final level. There it says, all aerial ships destroyed. And that's because I went into that flashing gate. You get sucked into it. Don't go in there. Shoot the gate. You shoot the gate, and then you get to keep playing the level you're on. But it almost seems only through death do you get advanced to the next level. And this is the Space Invaders type level. And you just play it until you die, or until your damage percent at the top goes to 100. And you might not see it get to 100 before the planet you're trying to save explodes or whatever. But it'll still reach 100%. The sounds seem to have cut out a little bit. That's probably because MAME was not able to successfully recreate the sounds in this game. But I don't care, this game's garbage. But the enemies will eventually just drop too fast for you to keep them from crashing into the planet and making the percentage too high. Well, that's my game. And that is one crappy game, but that is Space Fortress by Century Electronics in 1981. Another game for the CVS cabinet. You get to put in a lot of initials. I think you get to put in like 10 letters. This time I just put in Russ, I think. That's it, screw it. I will play one more time. But whenever you see that gate appear, destroy it. Don't go in it, or you'll lose a life. We'll start over with the boot up screen.
System operational. Press start button.
You are the protector of Space Fortress number 13. Alert all defense positions.
Operational.
Now that that female voice there, I think it's kind of cool. I think it adds a little adds to this game, adds some interesting it adds a little flavor to this game, but the game is otherwise awful. There, I destroyed the gate. Just do that if you want to keep playing the level. And to start the asteroids level, just kind of thrust downwards a little bit. Not too much. You can easily thrust too far, so be careful. But it really seems like the only way to advance to the next level is to die. Or to get shot, and sometimes there's no voice. Or sound effects there. I got shot on the way to being sucked into that warp gate. And again, when you see that warp gate, shoot it. And here, trying to protect this mothership in the middle, or fortress in the middle. And some of these enemies are trying to ram it, bringing the damage meter up. And even if you stave off the enemy attack long enough for the damage meter to go back down to 0, your level's gonna keep going, and it seems like the only way for it to end is to die. And if you die on the last level, then you're gonna run out of lives, so you won't be able to see yourself repeat all those levels. But this game really sucks, and I'm definitely not a fan of it. I've never seen it before, and I had never heard of it until recent years, and I'm glad I never saw it. It is a crappy ripoff of Asteroids. Mostly Asteroids. I mean, there were enough slight differences to make it different from, like, Space Invaders, or... This is still kind of an Asteroids level. It's just you're trying to protect the fortress at the center of the screen. But, okay, there they are. I'm sitting there going, what's going on here? Why isn't anything happening? And finally more enemies appeared. But you just have to keep them from reaching the fortress and upping up the damage meter. It is nice that you can shoot right through the fortress to zap the enemies, but they just never seem to end. And I got sucked towards the warp gate and ran right into an enemy.
Sensors indicate drone attack.
And yeah, you have to defend the planet or whatever from these aliens that will sometimes try to smash into the surface, and eventually they'll get very fast. And just keep playing until you get hit by an enemy, or their shots, or the damage meter goes too high, or fills up, or whatever. That's just not fair that they move so damn quick. There's just not a damn thing you can do about it. The sounds are kind of cutting out a little bit here. Just one crappy game. Just not a fan of this whatsoever. Century put out some crappy games, and this is nearly as crappy as it gets. Just not very good at all. God. Yeah, those sounds are really cutting out there. bullets don't matter at hitting the surface. They don't count towards the damage meter, but the enemies slamming into the surface do count. Jeez. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I got to refill my hot tub, and maybe I'll have time to get into it tonight. Well, damage meter got too high. Good try, all rockets gone. I don't care, this game sucks. Really, really, really hard. But I'll put in my full name this time, followed by a bunch of dots. Yeah, this game sucks. Glad I never saw it in the arcades. If I put in a quarter, I would regret it probably to this day. Yep, 10 letters. That is Space Fortress by Century Electronics in 1981 for the CVS cabinets. This is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Space Fortress by Century Electronics in 1981. I will catch you later with another Century Electronics game. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.